The James E. Lewis Museum of Art is a superlative home for rare artifacts, paintings, sculptures, photographs, and works on paper. Our growth is due to the generosity of private collectors, artists, and art dealers who have donated thousands of works that cover several centuries of art. Since 1951, Morgan has been an ambassador of arts and culture and has provided unique opportunities for artists to evolve and present their work. Additionally, the university has remained responsive to its mission of reaching and teaching communities. Today, the museum continues to share Morgan's commitment to reaching and teaching communities through outreach programs that include seminars and professional development workshops for students, professionals, and artists at every level. The James E. Lewis Museum of Art, or JELMA, was originally founded as a gallery of art that would serve the academic and cultural needs of Morgan's teachers, staff, and students. Since its beginnings in the 1950s, however, the museum has grown beyond campus to reach audiences across the Mid-Atlantic through exhibitions, workshops, seminars, radio and television broadcasts, and youth education programming. For more than a century, historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, have been at the fore of preserving and collecting African American art. These institutions have served as a home and training ground for generations of scholars and artists who have expanded definitions of art while redefining Western notions of history and culture. Morgan State University has played an important role in this history, and today the university continues the tradition. James E. Lewis was Morgan's Henry O. Tanner Professor Emeritus of Art and the founding director of the collections and museum. He was born in Phoenix, Virginia on August 4, 1923. Lewis grew up in Baltimore, however, and graduated from Baltimore's Paul Laurence Dunbar High School in 1942. He later earned his BFA from the Philadelphia College of Art in 1949 and his MFA from Temple University in 1950. Among his peers, Professor Lewis earned a well-deserved reputation as a serious, critical, and determined scholar, as well as artist, who inspired trust and confidence in his ideas. He was a respected thinker who spent 37 years building Morgan's collections with the help of countless donors, collectors, and artists who were willing to be a part of his pioneering vision. Educators like Hale Woodruff, Charles Stallings, Richard Long, and Albert Sangiamo worked alongside James Lewis to build a visual arts department at Morgan. Their department would offer courses in art that included the study of non-Western artifacts. This was a rare offering at the time, particularly in a segregated America. Additionally, while students at other colleges learned about art through studying images and slides in books, Morgan students studied three-dimensional objects in the classroom, including artifacts from various regions of Africa. Morgan's collection of African and oceanic art embraces a broad range of creative work in material culture from non-Western civilizations. From 16th and 17th century objects to work by contemporary artists, JELMA houses several hundred examples of textiles, ceramics, tools and furniture, as well as masks, instruments, and ceremonial figures. Many of these objects were created to reflect their own social status as well as responsibilities within a particular culture. Other objects have spiritual significance and pay homage to a civilization's ancestors. While wood is often the primary medium for these objects, our collection has a significant number of works that are fashioned from stone and metal, as well as ivory. The diversity of Morgan's collection reflects the university's commitment to engaging students in a liberal education in world history and culture. James Lewis recognized the important role art could play in giving students a more global perspective on not just visual art, but history, literature, science, and math. So he built a collection that would help Morgan students to contextualize their own culture within the larger discourse on global histories. Through this contextualization, students could reshape Western histories to include the contributions of Africa and African Americans. History could be viewed and documented from other perspectives. In keeping with this vision today, the museum's collections of paintings is broad and has examples of work from the 17th and 18th centuries to works by modern and contemporary masters. The quality of the collection is extraordinary, actually, with portraits, landscapes, and narrative scenes, as well as abstract paintings by early and late modernists. Additionally, James Lewis was a trained sculptor who over the course of his career garnered several public commissions. The Lewis collection includes hundreds of sculptures if we include works from Africa. Additionally, there is a strong representation of American artists, however, with art by Elizabeth Catlett, William Duffy, and nearly 20 sculptures by Joseph St. Lawrence. In this slide, we're actually taking a look at a photograph of James Lewis standing by one of his own sculptures, a sculpture of Frederick Douglass, which is here on Morgan State University's campus. To the right, we have a photograph of a sculpture in multiple parts. It's a large-scale sculpture that was done by Mel Edwards in 1976, I believe. And actually, it was one of Mel Edwards' one of his first large-scale public sculptures. We have always recognized the contributions photographers have made to art and cultural history. In 1963, Morgan's Gallery of Art presented friend and supporter Gordon Parks in a solo exhibition, and over the years we have featured works by other photographers, including artists like Lawrence Sykes, Linda Day Clark, S.E.N. Foam, Ken Royster, and Robert Houston. Our first exhibitions featured work by artists like Hale Woodruff, who was an artist in residence at Morgan in the early years. Over the past several decades, our prints and drawings collection has grown to include several hundred works, ranging from serigraphs, drawings, and etchings to watercolors and mixed media. Featured artists in the collection include Salvador Dali, Robert Motherwell, Picasso, David Driscoll, Herbert Gentry, and William T. Williams. The collection also holds prints and drawings by Frederick Alston, Toulouse-Lautrec, Mary Cassatt, as well as a substantial holding of 19th century prints from Germany and Asia. Our museum began with a commitment to exploring the ways in which art can teach and reach humanities, with a diverse collection that covers several centuries of art from around the globe. The James E. Lewis Museum of Art is where art, histories, and cultures meet. For additional online lectures, webcasts, and other information, please be sure to visit us at www.jelma.org.